The doors to the Viridian Tea House are open once more. Hello everyone. Today is going to be all about blood-curdling horror graphic novels. So if horror is not your thing, check me out next week. I'll have lighter stuff, but today it's all about what lurks in the shadows, what can you see that nobody else can see, old myths and legends, vengeful ghosts, and did I mention blood and gore? A lot of it. But before I talk about that, I want to talk about my upcoming events this weekend. So Friday, I will be at a vendor at the Wheat Ridge Summer Event. It's from 2 to 6. They're supposed to have all kinds of music and games and food and vendors like me. So please, if you're going to be in Wheat Ridge on Saturday, stop on by. It's supposedly going to be a fun time. This will be my first time doing their summer event, so I'm looking forward to this. And then on Sunday is Mutiny Market, and the hours are from 11 to 5, I think that's right, and it's in front of the Mutiny Information Cafe in downtown Denver. And it's all about the homemade baby, all about the vintage, all about the small business. And I will be there with a full table, ready to have great conversations and sell a lot of tea and books and artwork and photography. So once again, Saturday is the Wheat Ridge Summer Event from 2 to 6, and Sunday is Mutiny Market from 11 to 5. If the hours are different, I'll post it on the video, but I think it is 11 to 5. So I hope to see you at one of those events. All right, let's get to the blood and guts, shall we? So this is my first book, which deals with 2 books. The Bone Orchard Mythos by Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino. I tell you something, you know, with me and horror, it's either a hit or miss. Like, I'm that kind of person that will actually laugh. I've actually laughed through Rob Zombie's A House of a Thousand Corpses because I love Rob Zombie, but the movie just made me laugh. I don't know why. It was a great movie. It's one of my favorites. And then there's some other horror where I am holding my blanket over my head and I'm literally trembling. These made me think and appreciate the horror that lurked within the big black holes. So let me read the first one for you. So this is the first one. This is The Passageway. All right. From the Eisner Award-winning creative team of Gideon Falls and Primordial comes the first book in a bold and ambitious new shared horror universe. When a geologist is sent to a remote lighthouse to investigate strange phenomena, he finds a seemingly endless pit in the rocks. But what lurks within, and how will he escape its pull? Let me just tell you, I read this in about 10-15 minutes because the story pulled me in and I didn't want it to let go of me. And even at the very end, I kept looking for, are there more pages? There's got to be more pages, right? No, but what a satisfying and terrible, terrible, bloody ending, and I just relished it. The illustrations, I'll just show you a couple. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, and gory. And, you know, I've not really read any Lovecraft, but if you're into Lovecraft, these books might be right up your alley. But yeah, The Passageway threw me for a loop, and I said, where's the second one? Can I check it out? I'm ready for it. So the second one is called 10,000 Black Feathers. And this is, let's see, Trish and Jackie are best friends and avid gamers. But when the line between reality and their fantasy world is blurred by an evil darkness, can they be the heroes of their own story? So the common theme between these two is this huge, seemingly never-ending hole that leads to this other nightmarish world that the geologist in The Passageway and Trish and Jackie in 10,000 Black Feathers either fall into by accident or on purpose. But once you fall through the black hole, you're never the same again. And let's see. So let me read. Let's see. Can I get to... Oh, here we go. About the creators. Jeff Lemire is the creator of the acclaimed graphic novels Sweet Tooth on Netflix, and the Essex County trilogy, The Underwater Wielder, Trillium, and Roughneck, as well as Descender and Ascender with Dustin Nguyen and Black Hammer with Dean Ormston. Jeff has also written Green Arrow, Justice League, and Animal Man for DC Comics, and Hawkeye for Marvel Comics. He's also part of the creative team on Cosmic Detective, which he recently kickstarted with Matt Kent and David Rubin. In 2008 and 2013, Jeff won the Schuster Award for Best Canadian Cartoonist. He has also received the Doug Wright Award for Best Emerging Talent and the American Library Association's prestigious Alex Award, recognizing books for adults with specific teen appeal. He's also been nominated for 8 Eisner Awards, 7 Harvey Awards, and 8 Schuster Awards. In 2010, Essex County was named as one of the 5 essential Canadian novels of the decade. He currently lives and works in Toronto with his wife and son. Jeff Lemire, if you're watching this, oh my God, what you've done with this story, this Bone Orchard mythos, all I can say is please keep writing more, please. For Andrea Sorrentino, she's the artist and co-creator of the critically praised and Eisner Award-winning Gideon Falls, as well as the artist of other DC and Marvel hits like Joker, Killer Smile, Batman the Imposter, and Wolverine Old Man Logan. He's renowned in the comic world for his tense, moody, and suspenseful art and creative layouts that go beyond beat-to-beat storytelling and evocations of deep, suggestive mental states. Sorrentino lives and works just outside Naples, Italy, precariously close to an active volcano. That's pretty cool. But yes, if you are into thought-provoking, blood-curdling horror with a rich and luscious story behind it, The Passageway and 10,000 Black Feathers are the way to go. And just for all the books I'm going to talk about today, they all receive 5 pots of tea from Viridian Tea House, 5 ghoulishly bubbling over with blood pots of tea from Viridian Tea House. So yes, pick up the graphic novels, and if you read them, let me know what you think. Send me an email to teagoddess74@gmail.com, and that's teagoddess74@gmail.com. And now for another deliciously dark and disturbing graphic novel. This one, you know, I read the ending like 3 times, just like with the Bone Orchard Mythos, and I thought, I think I get this. I think I get it. Yes, that's messed up. And this is A Guest in the House by Emily Carroll. Sorry about the glare, but this one blew me away. And a special shout out to Denver Public Library and Arapahoe Libraries for having these graphic novels. I just saw the spine and I said, well, I mean, I don't know. I've never even heard of this before. I checked it out. I read it in about an hour and I said, just like with the Bone Orchard, my God, what else has this person created? So let me read the dust jacket for you. After many lonely years, Abby's just gotten married. She met her new husband, a recently widowed dentist, when he arrived in town with his young daughter seeking a new start. Excuse me. Although it's strange living in the shadow of a predecessor, Abby does her best to be a good wife and mother. But the more she learns about her new husband's first wife, the more things don't add up. And Abby starts to wonder, was Sheila's death really by natural causes? As Abby sinks deeper into confusion, Sheila's memory seems to become a force all its own, ensnaring Abby in a mystery that leaves her obsessed, fascinated, and desperately in love for the first time in her life. And about the creator. Emily Carroll is the writer and artist of numerous award-winning comics, both online and in print. Her debut horror comics collection, Through the Woods, won both the Eisner Award and the British Fantasy Award in 2015. Recent works include When I Arrived at the Castle and a graphic novel adaptation of Laurie Halse Anderson's novel Speak. She is also known for the short comics she posts on her website. Emily lives with her wife Kate and their 2 dogs in Ontario, Canada. This was, yes, I'm just going to read some of the reviews back here. With the hypnotically brilliant A Guest in the House, phantasmagoria meets family psychodrama. I'm left haunted and wanting more. Another one, Carroll brings her trademark sensual grotesquerie to this deep character study, braiding the grisly threads of a woman's everyday mundane life with a lush and sordidly brutal dreamscape. As melancholic and erotic collide, A Guest in the House evolves into a modern horror masterpiece. Yeah, I'm showing you some of the artwork. Let's see, some of the more grotesque stuff. Yeah, like this. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful work. And the story sucks you in, just like with the Bone Orchard Mythos. These graphic novels will just suck you in, and you don't even realize that you are a part of this. You're witnessing these horrific scenes that you don't want to leave from. So many questions with The Guest in the House, so many possible different endings or the reasons behind the ending, that I got my boyfriend to read it, and we spent like the next morning talking about it. I'm like, well, do you think it could be this? You know, I was thinking this when she said that. And he's like, well, you know, I think it was this or that. But absolutely brilliant, intelligent, horrifying work, and seemingly very erotic too. So yes, A Guest in the House by Emily Carroll does receive 5 pots of tea from Viridian Tea House. I just had to flare it up again. Anyway, great graphic novels, and I cannot wait to read some of their other works as well. So getting to the tea portion, this is actually a new tea blend for my company. This is Mabon tea blend, and I actually took the photograph on the label there. So the ingredients are a dark Marfa Yaupon from Cat Spring Yaupon in Texas. I've worked with them before, and just a great, great company. Also cinnamon, a little touch of cinnamon, and allspice. And this is to go along with my latest novel, Mabon, The Complete Work. So the story behind Mabon was, I wrote this many years ago with a publishing company that I'm no longer with. And I'd only written the first part of it. And I kept saying, yeah, I'm going to get to it. I'm going to get to finishing. I'm going to get to finishing. Well, that was when I lived back in Memphis, Tennessee, many years ago. So fast forward to, I think it was last year or the year before, I said, I really need to finish this story. And I thought, I don't even know where to begin. So I had written a little bit and I'd stopped for months, and written a little bit and stopped for months. And then finally I said, it's sitting near the bush, just finish it. And I did. So this is the complete story of Mabon, as well as a short story that's set in the same world. So the back of my book, to the unseeing eye, Mabon is your typical small arts town. To those who are awakened like Monica and many others, it is the beginning of a new path that connects them to the other world. After Monica is plagued with haunting dreams for many months, she decides to move to the small town of Mabon. Her life begins when she awakens to her inner magic and sees the world and beyond for what it truly is. But when the sounds of war arrive through the whispers from the other world, Monica and her friends must stand up for what is right, even at the cost of losing everything she holds dear. Welcome to the other world. Welcome to Mabon. So this tea is reflective of the small town of Mabon that's always in the season of autumn. And when I had a little bit of a story behind the tea blend. So when I was first thinking about making a tea blend, I had it as a green tea blend and very springy and happy. And I was like, wait a minute, whoa, 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 whoa. Mabon, that's autumn. Change the ingredients. So I thought, oh my gosh, Yaupon, dark Yaupon. I have a ton of it. And then I thought, well, let's add some allspice and cinnamon. And now this is my first cup of Mabon tea blend. This is also the first time I'm trying it in my lovely Medusa mug. So from me to you, a little bit of Mabon. So for those of you who don't know about Yaupon, it's from the holly family here in North America, Ilex vomitoria. And it's called that because when the Europeans saw Native Americans drinking concoctions made of Yaupon and throwing up, they thought it must be poison. But it was actually the Native Americans that were causing themselves to throw up because it was a way to cleanse yourself. But the Yaupon is the closest thing we have here in North America to tea or Camellia sinensis. There is actually caffeine in Yaupon, and with the dark Marfa Yaupon, it tastes just like a black tea. So add a little bit of allspice and some cinnamon, and you have what my boyfriend just said a few minutes ago as he tried his cup, almost like a chai. So there is a distinct different taste from the Yaupon to like regular black tea, but you do get that malty kind of earthy taste, black tea taste. I only did a sample of this because I didn't want to, use up all my ingredients and then be like, oh my gosh, this doesn't taste good at all. I can taste a little bit of the allspice and of course with the cinnamon, just a light hint of it, but this does remind me of autumn. It really, really does. Now I'm gonna leave the rest of this and let it chill and see if maybe it's gonna be more allspicey or cinnamony, or if it's just gonna stay the same. But starting tomorrow, you can get bags of Mabon tea blend through my website, viridianteacompany.com. And I've also got copies of Mabon coming, and they should be loaded to the website, I think, tomorrow as well. If I happen to see you at a upcoming event, you'll be able to see the tea and the books and be like, oh my gosh, that's really cool. So that leads us to our breathing, water, and tea meditation. Make sure you have a glass of water or tea at your disposal. Find yourself in a quiet area and in a comfortable position. All we're going to do is just focus on our breathing. If you get snagged on some thoughts, like we all do, just pause, silently tell yourself thinking, and allow the thought to go on. We're just going to focus on the breathing. So if you're ready, let's do this. And now let's end this meditation with a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Slowly open your eyes or allow your eyes to come back into focus. And now have a sip of your tea or water. That's really good. So that's all I have for today. And if I didn't say it before, I'm sorry, I'm sleepy, but I will put Cat Spring Yaupon's website on this video. So if you're interested to try out their different kinds of Yaupon, because they have a green, a light roast, and a dark roast, which I use for Mabon, I'll have their website up. You can check it out and try some Yaupon on your own. So many thanks to the creators of the Bone Orchard Mythos, to a guest in the house, Emily Carroll, to, and of course, all of y'all for watching these videos, even when I don't make any sense and I'm sleepy and I need a nap. But as always, take care of yourself and each other. Raise your ghoulish tea mug high, and remember that to drink tea is to enjoy life. I will see you guys really soon or this weekend at one of the events. So bye for now.